So hello everyone, today we are going to start with session 8 in which we are going to see round and chamfer. So to start with, first I am going to make one extrude boss so as to apply round and chamfer. So extrude boss, I selected the command, just select the plane. We are going to make one simple cubical shape. For that I am going to select center rectangle, put up the value for defining the sketch 120 and the other one as 80. Say close sketch and say extrude boss. So to extrude I am going to select the value as 90 mm here. Say OK, finish, cancel. Now if I want to apply 3D fillet or 3D chamfer, these commands are given here, that is round and chamfer. So I am going to select round first. After selecting round, there are different ways of selection, that is edge, corner, chain, face, loop, feature, all fillets, all rounds. So I'm going to select edge corner and select the edge here. You just need to put up the value. So I'll say it as 7 mm radius. So this value is coming radius with 7 mm. You can see here. Suppose if I go with chain option, then I need to select this edges continuously back to back. So multiple selection I can give you by selecting chain. If I go with face option, you just need to select the face and the complete edges connected to the face will be filleted here. Fillets are provided to avoid the sharp corners. So you just need to select the face and all the edges related to the face are filleted. Next method here, it is given as loop, and I'll cancel this first and I'll select this loop option here. It is similar as face only. You can see here. You just need to select the faces and all the edges are been now made filleted by radius 7. Next option, again round. Instead of loop, I'm going to select features. For that I'm going to make one more feature here. So I'll select this and say sketch on the face. I'm going to make one cutout here. Say center rectangle again. Close sketch. And we are going to cut the material inside. Extrude, select the required sketch, say OK, and now one cut. Now there are two features, that is first one is extrude boss and the other one is extrude cut. So according to features also you can make rounds there. So I'll go with round command now and I'm going to select the option here as feature. You just need to select the feature. I'll select this feature as cut extrude. So all the edges are being filleted here with reference to the feature, that is extrude cut. You can see here. Say OK, preview, finish. Now this particular extrude cut has been completely filleted by the feature command. Say cancel. Again one more option is given there. First I'll remove this option. Again go for round command. Select the option as all rounds and select the part. So here you can see all the edges in the part are now filleted with radius 5 mm. Say OK here. Say preview and finish. So this was round command for you. Next we are going to see here is chamfer command. 3D chamfer. For that select the round command. Under the round command only the chamfer option is given. Here it will ask you to select the face first. Before selection of faces, we'll go and see the different types of chamfers. Select the options bar here. Here you can see there are three types of chamfer options given. First one is equal setbacks, means D1 and D2 distances will be equal. Second one is angle and setback, means here you are going to apply one angle for the first end and the other distance for the second end. Third method will be two setbacks, means D1 will be of different value and D2 will be of different value. These are the methods which are going to be applied for the chamfer edges. So we are going to go with angle and setback option. Select, say OK. And now it will ask you for selecting the face. I'll select this face. So by selecting this face, I'm indicating that distance will be applied on this face. Next I'm going to select and say OK. Then we need to show the edge on which we have to apply the chamfer. So I've applied the chamfer on this edge, green edge. Next, what will be the distance for the setback? So I'll ask for the distance here as 6 mm. So now you can see this 6 mm distance is applied on the selected face which we have selected earlier, and the angle will be applied on the opposite face of the edge. Say finish and cancel. Now next I am going to apply the chamfer here. Here I want the distance to be applied on this upper face, horizontal face, and angle should be applied on the vertical face. For that I am going to select chamfer again, select the face, go for the options angle and setback only, say OK. Select the common edge, and here you can see the distance is applied on the horizontal face and angle is given as 60. I am changing this angle to 30 degrees here. So here the distance is coming on the selected face 6 mm, and on the opposite face, that is vertical face, the angle is coming. Say finish and cancel. So always the selected face distance will be applied. Similar cases with two setbacks. Now if I want to apply two setbacks means double distance method for the chamfer. Select the chamfer command. Select the options. Go for two setbacks means two different distances. Say OK. And then when I'll select the vertical face, D1 will be applied on the vertical face and D2 will be applied on the opposite face. Say OK of the selection and then select the required edge reference. Now you can see D2 is applied on the horizontal face and the selected face D1 is taking place. So here D1 is 10 mm suppose and D2 is 30 mm. You can see here, say finish and cancel. So in this way you can apply the chamfers also. Suppose if I go for the first option for chamfer, that is equal distances, equal setbacks, say OK. And now just need to select the edge. There is no need to select of the faces here. You just need to click on the edge and equal distance, that is 10 mm, is been applied on both the sides. That is horizontal and vertical face. Say OK. So this is equal setbacks option. So these were the chamfer methods that can be applied on the part. So the next command we are going to see here is draft command. So to start with draft command, select the feature and refer to the prom bar. So in prom bar it is asking us for planar face or a reference plane. So this reference plane is nothing but a neutral plane. So I am going to select this reference plane as this plane. After selecting the plane, it will ask you for the face which you have to draft. Providing draft means you have to provide angle on the face so as to make the face incline. So I am going to select this face here. And you have to apply the degrees by which you have to incline the face. So I'm going to incline this face by 15 degrees. Then right click on the mouse, and after right clicking you can see this direction will appear. It is asking you whether you want to draft the face on outer side or on the inner side. So I'm going to draft this face on the outer side here. So the lower side of the arrow will decide the direction. So I'm going to take this at outside. So I'll click here, say OK. And this face is drafted by 15 degrees outside. Right click and escape, and the command is over here. Next, if I want to go for multiple drafts at one time, that also can be done. Just select the feature, select the neutral plane, select the faces to be drafted, say OK, then right click for the direction and just select the direction in which you have to draft or make inclination. So I'm going to select inner sides now. So these faces will be drafted at inner sides. Just click inside and say degrees by which you want to make it incline. Select the angle if you want to change. I'll say 20 degrees here. So now both the faces are being drafted at the inner sides. You can see here. So in this way draft can be applied. So the next feature we are going to see here is thin wall. For that, select the feature. Thin wall means we are going to make the object hollow by providing the common thickness here. So if you want to apply the thickness from outside and make the part hollow from inside, then go for this option, that is offset from outside. If you want to apply the thickness from inner sides, inner walls, then go for this option, offset inside. If you want the thickness to be divided on both outer and inner sides, then you can go for this option, that is symmetrical. I'm going to select here offset inside. I'm going to provide this common thickness as 5 mm here. You just need to select the open faces now. So I'm going to select this as an open face and say OK. Again, click on this option, that is preview, and you can see this part is been made hollow here by applying common thickness as 5 mm. Suppose I want this thickness to be applied at outer sides, then I'm going to select this outside option. You can see the change in size. This thickness is coming inside, and if I click on the offset outside, the thickness will come on outside. These are the options. If I want this thickness to be divided on both the sides, 2.5 mm on inner or outer sides, then go for the symmetrical option. Here 2.5 is coming outside, 2.5 is coming inside. Say finish, and here the shell command is been applied, or you can say the thin wall is been applied. In other softwares, this command is known as shell command, but in Solid Edge, it is called as thin wall command. Again, I'll say edit feature here. I want to add one more removing face, then I can go for this open face option and select the other face to be removed. You can add multiple faces here. Say OK, preview, and finish. So all the selected faces are being removed and the common thickness object is being remained now. So this was thin wall feature. It is used to make the objects hollow of any kind, of any shape. So the next command we are going to see here is rip command. For that you have to go in feature and select thin wall. In thin wall, under 2 or 3 options you will get this option, that is rip. So for rip, you can see the demo here. You just need one profile, that should be open profile only, and you need to select the command and apply the rip. So for that I am going to make the sketch first. So I am going to select the mid plane here of this body. I have made 2 scenarios here, that is first one is flat wall and second one is cylindrical shape. So I am going to select the mid plane here and then select the sketch command here. After activating the plane, I am going to draw one sketch. Suppose I am going to draw this profile here by 2 lines. You just need to define the position of the lines. I'll say it 100 mm. After defining this dimension, we have to define it from the upper side also. It is coincided here. You can see this column showing that this sketch is coincided. So no need to apply the relation here. We are going to just apply the value here. So this value I am going to take as 30 mm. Say OK. After making this profile, you can see this profile is open profile only, means only 2 lines are been drawn. This first one, inclined line, and the vertical line. We have not closed the sketch from these 2 sides. So for rip command, it is compulsory for making this kind of profiles only, that is open profiles. After completing the profile and defining it, say close sketch, and just need to select the feature, then select thin wall and go for the rip feature. Here you need to select from sketch option and select the sketch. Say OK. Now it will ask you the direction in which you want to make the rip, whether you want to go it for adding material upper side or at the left side or right side or bottom side. So I am going to add the material at bottom side as the supports are at the bottom only. So wherever you are having support, in whichever direction you can make the material add there. So I am going to add this material at the bottom side. So just flip the mouse and say OK. Now you can see the thickness appearing here. I'm just going to click the value there and saying 10 mm thickness. So here the rib has been completed. The other method for the circular cylinder, just select the plane, say sketch for the plane, mid plane only. But in this scenario, there one difficulty will appear. So I'm going to apply one line here. Going to define this line from the side. I'll say it's 60 mm. Next I'm going to go for the close sketch option and feature. And now I'll say rip command here. Say OK. And when you take it at the bottom side, the arrow, you can see one exclamatory yellow color mark is showing, that is the rib cannot be constructed. It will fail in the feature. It is because the shape on which the rib is going to be connected is of the circular shape, cylindrical shape. So in these cases you need to edit the sketch and add one more line here at the upper side. Whatever the length may be for this line, you just need to add one line and then again say close sketch. After adding this horizontal line, say finish and then go for the rib feature. The rib will be applied there. Select and say OK. Just show the direction and then thickness. So thickness I am going to take here as 12 mm. Say finish. By this method, one little wedge will appear here. You can see this straight edge, but it is the only way we can make the rib for the cylindrical faces here. Suppose this rib would not have been started from the edge, instead it would have been started from the lower side a little bit, then there is no need to make this line. We will see that also. I will delete this sketch here. Again go for the mid plane option, say sketch, say line command, and instead of taking it from the edge, upper edge, I'm going to start the rib sketch from little bit lower side. Smart dimension, say 10 mm, say 60 mm. Again say close sketch, say finish, cancel. Again go for the rib command here. For that I'm going to select rib, select the line, say OK and click. You can see here there is no need to make horizontal line if the rib is not coming from the starting edge. Say finish and cancel. So in this way you can make the rib for cylindrical parts also. So this was the rib command here. So this was the lecture that is in which we have covered round, chamfer, draft, thin wall as well as rib command. For other features we are going to continue the lectures. Just follow the playlist and subscribe the channel 4 Dimensions Infotech. Till then, thank you.